We have one of our players who's warmed up, the other who still hasn't played the series today.
Yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome to one of the qualifying matches for DreamHack Latin American. Spawning here, the Peruvian third player coming all the way from Italy. This is Ryu.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Brazilian Protoss player. He is blue, representing Eximius Gaming. It is Shakti.
So let's see what Shakti does, mate, because Shakti is a very different beast from what Paco Mike is. Okay, he's probably gonna do a lot of more different things. I expect less Stargate from Shakti and less macro games, and more to base all in or things like that, mate. And if we ever get to the late game, I expect a lot of the classic Mech Nano style.
I 100% agree. What I will say is that recently, a bit of a difference between Shakti and some of these other Protoss players is I have seen him embrace the Skytoss. I have seen him go double Stargate Void Ray before. And I remember when I saw that, I was so disappointed. I was like, no. Like, you used to be so stylistic, Shakti. Don't play the meta. But I think that just goes to show the versatility of Shakti. Like, if he wanted to, he could do that. Otherwise, he could do what he does best, right? As you were saying, and embrace that, like, more robo-heavy style. And that is why, like, he is still a very dangerous Protoss.
Yeah, he is. I mean, there's a reason, mate, why he is here. He's one of the best in Latin America, top 12, some will say.
And some would say top 8, mate. But we'll see how far he can go here. Again, Shakti is one of the players who we did expect to make it to the closed qualifiers. I believe he made it last season as well. He should have, right?
Yes, I believe he did. I believe he made it to the closed qualifier and lost there. Let me double check. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure we saw him in the Desafiantes, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Yes. Shakti was here. He lost to Paco Mike in the upper bracket. Then he lost to the Settlor in the lower bracket.
I remember now. The PvP against Paco Mike. I remember because it was a rematch because they actually played twice, like in that same week for seeding purposes and stuff. But yeah. So thankfully Shakti he doesn't have to rely on his PvP here. For now anyway, and he's up against a Zerg who he may be a little bit more comfortable with, and here we go, not a Stargate opening.
Yes, Shakti opened it with a toilet console followed by a robo. I believe the Zerling managed to get a look at both buildings, and even if they don't, mate, this Overlord is here about to confirm.
Yeah. The link did see the buildings, and I imagine Ryu would have clicked on them. Meanwhile, we have a couple of links here, looking to be a little bit annoying as possible. Show you hold position. But what's important is that because he saw the river and the Twilight Council, and he's confirming, like, this is going to be Glaive Adepts.
Yes. Now, is he gonna be sure that it's Glaive Adepts?
I mean, he sees that there's no Forge, so it's not Stalkers or Charge. He sees it researching. He knows it's not DTs. So he's got the information he needs, but can he set up defensively at home? That's the question.
I hope he does, man. I hope he does. The Roach Warren is ready for him, and the first Roach is coming out, so I think he will be ready, mate. Still, one needs to be very, very wary of Adepts. When that upgrade finishes, mate, like, units disappear in a matter of seconds.
Oh yeah, they do. It's one of those.
You cannot underestimate the Adepts.
It's one of those things where you can defend against the Adepts for like a couple of minutes, but then if one shade goes through into a mineral line, like that's they're already worth it. So it can be really stressful. It can be really difficult. Ryu, he's not set up to wall off here at the natural. He does have links. He does have a couple of Roaches and Ravagers. Oh god. That's a lot of Adepts.
10 Adepts here. The Fierce Queen already going down. And 0 Adepts lost so far. The Adepts do not shade in yet. They're going to try. They're going to fight with Roaches, mate, because there's only 4 units.
Yeah, exactly. Now the Adepts, they do get into the middle line. A couple of drones are going down. The Lings, oh, they do catch half of the Adepts here, and they will clean them up. Oh, only one does shade.
Yeah, one of them manages to shade, but the Dress, mate, they're more than enough here to fight whatever it is in their base.
Yeah, exactly. The Lings are forced to respond here, forced to keep up with these Adepts. Thankfully, a lot of the drones have lived, but 6 did end up going down.
Yes, 6 drones went down, 33 drones for Ryu, 40 for Shakti. Shakti behind this, he's still macroing up. His worker count is going up. This is not an all-in, mate.
Exactly. This was only 4 gateways, not 6, not 8. So this is just an initial pressure, and then he can transition out of this. If he happens to kill his opponent with this, that's great. That's a bonus. But he's getting ready at home.
And now targeting mate the tier base. If Ryu loses this hatchet, mate, it will be a disaster.
Oh god, exactly.
It will be a disaster which we had to recover from.
Exactly. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I mean, the roaches are falling. There's still so many Adepts. The hatchery now getting down to half health.
And there's still so many Adepts here and so few roaches. Like, where are the Zerlings, man? I know the Zerlings want to defend the
shade,
the natural base, but I think he's trying to defend too hard, mate. Finally, the Zerlings are coming in.
Yeah,
and now finally the Adepts are going to be repelled.
Yeah,
I hope so, mate.
And this is the problem, right? The Zerglings come in and then the shade happens. The Lings, they need to chase down the shade, but they were not in position because they were used for the fight instead. And now the Adepts do get into the main.
Yes, half of the Adepts going to the main base. The Queen is going to fall. The Zerlings here to defend are going to fall. And now, Ryu is fighting a 2-front attack, mate, and he's starting to lose workers.
Yeah. 5 more go down. In addition to the 6 that went down earlier, the Adepts, they shade back into the third base. More drones are falling. Finally, they're going to be cleaned up. But, mate, they dealt a lot of damage.
Yes, 9 Adepts were killed, but the War Prism is still here, mate, and still has Adept inside.
That it does. I like this from Ryu. He's going across the map with his Lings. Again, we're going to try and punish this third base. He cannot let Shakti get it for free.
There we go. Immediately over the Stalker, mate, and now the Stolen Immortals, ooh. I think he could catch one of those Immortals if he pay attention.
Maybe. Meanwhile, it looks like he's trying to catch the War Prism, and oh, he doesn't get it in the end. The War Prism does manage to escape. And now Ryu, he's down in workers, he's equal in bases. Shakti did accomplish what he needed to with the initial Adepts.
Yes, behind this he macroed very well. His third base is up. He has Immortals, has more gateways on the way, and the War Prism survived, mate. So the next attack of Shakti is probably going to be the last one.
Exactly, one way or the other. Meanwhile, the Adepts come back in. This time, they don't really get too much damage. Ryu is in position both in his main and the natural. Sorry, and the third. And for now, he's doing well, but the worrisome thing is that Shakti is working on that immortal count. He's already got 2. Sorry, he's already got 3, and he's about to have 4.
Yes, plus an explosion of gateways, mate. An explosion of gateways. Shakti has been doing his work, mate. Harassing on the front, macroing on the back. Exactly. And Ryu is struggling to recover, mate. He just now has the same amount of work as his opponent.
Exactly.
Just now, mate.
Yeah, the droning is about to finish up. He is making roaches. Unfortunately, he doesn't really have eyes on this army that is moving out, and I don't think he's gonna have enough to defend. He has definitely a chance, right? And he's now starting a bunch of roaches, but in come the Adepts and the Immortals.
So there we go, mate. Now those roaches are going to melt as well, not only the Zerlings. And this is 4 Immortals, a bunch of Adepts, mate. The Adept going mid. I'm not sure if that shade was a good idea, but he did it anyway, and made it. And there we go. The fight is opening. That's a lot of DPS. The Zerlings all melt, and now there's only roaches, mate, against 4 Immortals.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? The Adepts are falling. The roaches are trying to get on top of the Immortals. They are so close. We have a couple more roaches on the way, but we have another wave of Adepts.
Yes, the extra gateway is finished for Shakti, mate. So that's a lot of Adepts that he can warp in every cycle. There we go. The third base falls. Adepts goes into the main base, mate, and I think this is the beginning of the end for Ryu in game number 1.
Yeah, these Adepts here in the main are going to be cleaned up, but unfortunately the Immortal army is just too much here. Ryu cannot stand against all of this. Spine does take out an Immortal, which is cute, but oh god, there's just too much Protoss, mate.
Yeah, there's still a lot of Protoss, and the War Prism still alive. He can still warp as many units as needed.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, the natural hatchery is about to fall as well.
Yeah, it only takes a couple more shots and then it will go down. And there it is. G gets called. And Shakti takes game number 1. Oof. And GG, a Brazilian Protoss mate. He takes the lead in this series.
Not a bad showing by Shakti in game number 1, mate.
Yeah. Even though Ryu was able to scout, and even though he responded correctly by throwing down the Roach Warren and getting out of his Lings, he just still couldn't keep up with the Adepts. They still dealt the damage that they needed to do. Oof.
Oh, by the way, like, I have news.
Mm-hmm.
Terran has arrived.
Oh.
So he's not gonna give just a wall cover to Paco Mike. They are actually going to play.
Actually, he shows up an hour late.
Look.
God damn it.
Look, better late than never, right?
I guess so. As we are getting into game number 2 here between these two players. Gonna be on 2,000 atmospheres. Again, as a reminder to everyone, this is a best of 5. So one game isn't the biggest of deals, but here in game 2, this is really where, like, the tide swings in someone's favor. You know, is Shakti going to just keep going on here and get even more ahead, or can Ryu tie this up?
We're about to find out, mate. The map has loaded, the countdown has begun, and welcome everyone. Welcome to 2000 Atmospheres, game number 2 in this best of 5 series. And spawning here, the CranKy Duckling Turk, the CranKy Duckling from Peru. This is Ryu.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2,000 Atmospheres LE, we have the Brazilian Protoss player. He is blue, representing Eximius Gaming. It is Shakti. Alright, game 1 Adepts. Game 2 Adepts?
Sure, why not? I mean, 2000 Atmosphere is not as good as a map for Adepts as the previous one was. But it's okay. To be honest, I feel that this is more of a Stargate map, like. So if Shakti is going to open a Stargate, I think this is a good map as any to do it.
Yeah. I mean, I agree, right? Like, this map, honestly, it can be pretty good for that kind of style. I don't know if that's necessarily what Shakti would want to go for against his opponent, specifically Ryu. But we'll see. Again, like, 4-gate glaive Adepts, like, there's nothing really too special about it. I don't think Shakti really showed off anything specific there in game 1, and I'm sure he has plenty more prepared for this series.
Yeah, definitely. So remember, guys, this is a best of 5 series. Shakti still has to win 2 more games to advance over his opponent. So if you really want to win a best of 5, mate, you need to have multiple builds ready.
Exactly. Multiple builds, multiple styles. And it's one of the other great things about best of 5s is that you also give your opponent, or both players, a chance to adapt to how their opponent is playing. So we'll see what happens here, as again, we still don't have our initial tech structures so far. Pretty standard openings from both players. Hatch, gas, pool from Ryu. We should be seeing the 3rd base relatively soon, and oh, there it is, Stargate.
See, mate, I told you. I know Protoss.
Oh god. But yeah, with this Stargate, again, I do think that this is a much better opening here. I typically don't like a player going for like the same build multiple games in a row. So going for a Twilight Council and then into a Stargate in game 2, I love it.
Yeah, and again, there we go. Ryu with his timing overload as always, and oh my god, that was Nasador. Why do Protoss players always leave one little gap on the side of the base?
So specifically when it comes to this build, it is intentional from Shakti to leave it open. Again, now he's walling it off, but it is just so that he gets his tech structure on time, not delaying it, getting it as fast as possible. You could argue it's greedy, because of course it does leave you open to stuff like this, right? But man, it's Ryu. He was gonna scout it anyway. It's fine. It's fine.
I know, right? But at least he needs to work for it, mate.
True. Oh god. So with this, Ryu does scout the initial Stargate, and ooh, I love this. It's not just a Stargate; it is a Twilight Council follow-up.
Twilight Stargate into Twilight, and only one void raid came out of that Stargate, mate, and nothing else. I wonder if that was the plan all along, or if Shakti is trying to went to plan B after his target was scouted so early.
So the idea behind this is you go Stargate first, and with this Void Ray, you clear out the Overlords. You make it nearly impossible for your opponent to scout you without, say, an Overseer, right? That's what's so dangerous about this, because those Overlords are going to have a hard time getting past the Bouncer Void Ray, right? If they do, that's great, but if they don't, like, mate, these Glaive Adepts, they're gonna hit hard.
Hey, that Void Ray is scouting all the places for an Overlord, but Ryu was very smart. Look where his Overlord is located, mate. He went all the way back, and now that Overlord spirit is done, now he's going in.
Exactly, and it looks like he should. The Void Ray is not the position to scout this. Meanwhile, Ryu also goes across the map with his Ling. He should scout the third base. There he does, and the Overlord will get into the main.
Overlord gets into the main base. He's gonna see the Wargates, and more importantly, mate, the Twilight Council.
Exactly. He does see everything here. Ooh, and now he knows. It's not double Stargate Void Ray. Okay, calm down on the queens, mate. We need some roaches.
Roaches are on the way now. One big important difference between this and the last map, besides the timing, because this is a little later, is that there's no Warp Prism, mate. There's no Warp Prism, so the barrages of adepts coming one after the other is not gonna be as great as it was in game number 1.
Exactly. Another difference. Ryu, he's ready with his wall. The shade is coming. Mate, can he get it up in time? And he does.
Yes, the wall finishes, mate. Is he going to finish the shade? Yeah, he does. He finishes the shade immediately, mate. A lot of drones went down. 11, 13 drones.
Mate, that was
nice focus fired by Shakti.
Yeah, that was such an unfortunate A move there by Ryu. There was one adept here that focused all of the roaches and it slowed them down. The entire mineral line essentially goes down.
That was a nice move by Shakti. 13 workers down, and that puts Ryu down in worker supply now, 49 to 58.
Oh yeah, definitely. Meanwhile, we do see the commitment to the shade. Oh, but he does recall in the end. Shakti does escape, otherwise there would have been no way out.
Good job by Shakti, mate. And behind this, what is Shakti doing? Shakti is going for Blink, plus one attack, more gateways, and a robo. Plus the cross macro on 3 bases. He's not doing bad for himself.
Oh yeah, this is amazing here for Shakti. Ryu, unfortunately, he's stuck droning, right? Because he lost so many workers, and Shakti, he's back again with his depths. They were scouted, and this time, there are roaches in position.
Roaches in position, the shade is used, and again, on one wall for the natural base of Ryu, and immediately the shade is cancelled.
Yeah, this is something that Ryu's always been amazing at, walling off. Unfortunately, that didn't stop his workers from going down at the third, and the adepts, they want that third again.
And they're going in, mate. They have not been scouted.
Oh god, exactly. The shade is threatening the natural. Are we going to see? Oh, we don't see the wall, but again, he does cancel the shade. He does head towards the third base.
4 more drone skills plus the mining time lost. Nice. A little win by Shakti. He's still ahead in worker supply. And oh no, mate, the adept shade finishes, and now these adepts are going to be trapped by 2 roaches.
Oh god, exactly. The adepts are being hunted down here. But at the end of the day, mate, the adepts, they already paid for themselves. Shakti, he wants to get rid of them because he is switching into those stalkers.
There we go. The last adept finally dies. He takes out 4 more workers for a total of 8, mate. And mate, Shakti has killed over 20 workers of Ryu this game.
Oh god, he has. That he has. For almost nothing, mate. Look at the units lost. 21 drones. And all of those lings and roaches for only 13 adepts.
Yeah, mate. And now, mate, I think Shakti. Okay, Shakti is going to take a fort, and he should be ready to move out any moment now. +2 attack is on the way. The War Prison finally finishes, and more gateways are coming in.
Yeah,
Blink is done.
Again, this is just essentially pure Blink Stalker. He does have a couple of sentries as well to force his opponent to use their biles on said force fields, but this is going to hit hard. It was just scouted. Ryu is focusing on his army. He has finished droning up, but does he have enough?
No, mate, that 70-70 army supply for Shakti, 87 for Ryu. But that's a lot of Blink Stalkers. Oh, nice. Selling Rombai going here for the 4th base of Shakti. He's going to cancel it.
Oh, yeah, immediate cancel there on the 4th base. Now Shakti is stuck on 3 bases. Shakti actually pulls back home.
I'm not sure if I approve. Like, I think he had more than enough.
Oh god, I mean, to break into the base, I don't know, but he definitely could have threatened it. He definitely could have traded well. Instead, he wants to deal with these things. He wants to expand.
I know, mate. Shakti is not rebuilding his fort, mate. He's just going in. I think. Okay, there we go. The prop is finally going on. Yeah. I think he's gonna try to retake the fort while he's attacking the fort of Ryu.
Exactly. Meanwhile, the lanes of Ryu are going for another counterattack, but at the 3rd base, not the 4th base, so it should go up. Meanwhile, here come the Blink Stalkers of Shakti.
I don't like the engagement here for Shakti. That's too narrow of a space, mate. Destroy the rocks or move to the other side.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, again, earlier, like, pushing into a fortified Zerg player like this, it's so difficult, especially when you're relying on just Blink Stalkers. Like, he doesn't have Disruptors, he doesn't have Colossus or Immortals, like, he doesn't have a strong backbone to his army, and boom. Oh, okay, he does hold on to his 4th.
Yes, he held on to his 4th base, and finally, here comes Shakti, mate. Has a lot of Stalkers, mate. There's also sentries that are gonna help with those force fields, and yeah, nice force fields. Divides the army of Ryu in 2, basically.
Oh god, exactly. The biles were immediately on those force fields. Ryu, he's trying to push on through, but so many of his roaches and ravagers just aren't taking part of the fight.
Yes, now Ryu is 20 supply behind, immediately 20 supply ahead because of the X-Bait, but I think that the Stalkers are going to be able to do it. It is a lot of fight power that is still alive.
Yeah, exactly. Ryu is going to have to give up this base, but a wave of links comes in. Oh my god. He even has Borrow with his army. 21 roaches are on the way, but he has to buy time.
Yeah, he's going to see. Oh, he blinks engaged into the army, mate. I'm not sure if that was wise, but that's more than enough Stalkers, I believe, mate. That's a lot of fight power. The Zerlings are coming in. The extra wave of rushes is coming in as well, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Again, this base is going to go down, and only a couple of drones went down, actually. So I feel like Ryu, with his reinforcements, he should be able to push this away. He just needs a little bit of time for these Ravagers to finish up.
Maybe, mate, maybe. But here we go, mate. Another wave of Stalkers. Oh, nice Colossal Vial, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. Shakti brings forward, targets the roaches.
Yeah, exactly. The reinforcements do come in. Shakti is forced back for now. It looks like he's going to find another base, though, so he's going to get 2 hatcheries for his troubles. Thankfully for you, he did expand towards the left-hand side of the map, so he can maynard his drones over.
Yeah, at the end of the day, mate, they are very close. 70 supply versus 73. The 4th base of Shakti finally finished, but he's only just starting to mine it. But here we go, mate. Borrow roaches are coming.
Exactly, and this is where I'm a little bit worried for Shakti, because I don't believe, let me just check, he does not, he does have 1 observer. It's with the main army. That's his only form of detection.
He's gonna receive a nasty surprise just about now, and there we go. The first roaches come in, kill a couple of drones, and the rest of the roaches going into a natural base, kill more drones.
Yeah, exactly. They're not going to get too many, but at least they do distract the army of Shakti. They do somewhat hinder the economy. Oh, actually, Shakti, please. No, he thought he dealt with them. Yo, and this is buying Ryu so much time to finish up his infestation bit, to get his infestors up and running. Even +3.
Yes, +3 is about to finish. The upgrade for the infestors about to finish as well. But the roaches have been tangled, and now Shakti is going on for a new round of attacks, because, mate, he's nearly max out. Yeah. 191 supply.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, these infestors actually popped out before pathogen glands finished, so they do not have the energy Oh, don't have much
there
energy.
are 46 stalkers, mate. There are more stalkers than Zerlings on the map.
That's a lot of stalkers, mate. Is looking to try and take down one of these hatcheries. The infestors are coming in. Can they get, even if they get the fungals, though, we'll see.
Nice fungal grows all over the centers and nice bile over them. But there's still a lot of army left for Shakti, man, and I'm sure that Ryu has enough.
Yeah, exactly. There are just too many stalkers here. Essentially, mass stalker for Shakti. He's going to push on forward. She gets cold, and Shakti takes game number 2. Oof. GG, mate. And we were talking about it, right? This is something that, like, going for a mass blink stalker style like this, like, mate, I don't know if Rio's played against something like that before. Like, the other Latin American Protosses, the other Protoss players in Europe as well, like, this isn't what they do.
Definitely. So nice win by Shakti, 2-0. Mate, how do you think Rio can come back from this?
Oh, we'll see. Again, a very unique style here. Meanwhile, oh, Cosmos is joining us as well.
So does that mean that the other match is over? Let me quickly check Wikipedia. And Wikipedia is not updated. Let me check the official brackets. The official bracket is also not updated, so I have no idea.
Yeah, we'll have to wait until that does get updated later on. So it looks like we are ready for our players. Go.
Okay, I have the update, light. I have the update. Cham won versus the Settler, 3-0.
Ooh, 3 very fast series as well, because I mean we're just getting through into our own game number 3. I mean, this is PvZ. To be expected to be that fast.
So yeah, congratulations to Cham for advancing to the main event. And mate, that means, mate, that the player who loses here is going to play the Settler next.
Ooh. Okay, spicy. So we know where we're going. Of course, after we finish up this series, we'll follow the loser wherever they go.
They go down, mate. That's where they go. And yeah, welcome everyone. Romanticide map number 3, and spawning here, the CranKy Duckling player, the Zerg player, currently on 0-2. Can he come back? This is real.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the Brazilian Protoss player. He is blue, representing Eximius Gaming. It is Shakti. Alright, mate, we're here. We are on Romanticide. We've made it.
Yes, you made it. Congratulations, Light.
Yeah, you've made it, mate. Jesus Christ, Darking. Oh, God.
What do you mean you made it? What about you?
Mate. Oh, my God. So, Darking, as we are getting here into game number 3, mate, what are we going to see here from Shakti? We have seen some Glaive Adepts. We have seen some Blink Stalkers. Now, game 3, what is there left?
I assume he's going to do something very similar that he did in the previous game, with a Stargate opening into some Toilet Console shenanigans later on. Because again, this is a big map, as you said previously, like that. And I'm not sure if going to base all in with Adepts like he did in game number 1 is good for him, especially because the way the third base is positioning and the way the entrances are there is not as flexible as it was in the first map.
Yeah, 100%. I don't want to see something like that. I don't want to see Glaive Adepts here. I was talking about it earlier. I do feel like going for Skytoss would be ideal on a map like Romanticide. At the same time, I am worried for Shakti because I want to give the edge to Ryu here on a map like this, especially if he goes Skytoss. Like, like the more normal Shakti plays, I feel like the worse chances he has. Like, I love the quirkiness of how he has been approaching this matchup in game 1 and game 2.
And there we go, mate. It is a Stargate opening for Shakti.
Yeah, it is an opening. We'll see if it's going to be a commitment. And I'm sure Ryu, if he does go in, and if eventually there is a double Stargate Void Ray, I'm sure he's going to have a bit of an easier time.
We'll see, mate. We'll see. Meanwhile, 2 Zerlings going on for the natural base of Ryu. Is the door open this time, Light? Is the door open?
Of course it is, man.
Oh, damn it. God damn it. Close the door, people. Please. This is not a safe neighborhood.
So the Link does get in. He will scout the Stargates just barely, so Ryu knows what the initial units are going to be, or the initial opener is from Shakti. Darking, I feel like you're like the old man on the lawn. Like, the other day it was like the going for Marine first in TVP, and now it's like it's the lack of wall in PvZ. You're like, what is this? This never happened in Heart of the Swarm. What is happening?
Look, Mac. Look, Matt. Kids these days, Matt. They do not care about safety. They do not care about not getting scouted.
Oh God.
No. Back in my day, we closed our walls and we prevented all scouts. But no.
Back in my day, we always made a Reaper. We always scouted our opponent.
Yeah. Oh, there we go, mate. Ryu just confirmed it with the Overlord. He enters the main base of Shakti, and unfortunately, that Overlord is going to be sacrificed once again. He avoids the Void Ray. The Void Ray went for the Overlord that was supposed to be, I should say, because it was not there in the top. And double Void Ray opening this time for Shakti.
Oh yeah. Again, a lot more of a bigger commitment to the Sky Toss, and obviously with 2 Void Rays, that is a tell that it is going to be double Stargates.
Yes, double Stargate for Shakti. We are going to see the Golden Armada this game. Let's see how good of a commander Shakti is compared to Paco Mike.
That's a good question. Again, I breathe a sigh of relief here for Ryu. I think he's a lot more comfortable against this style of play compared to whatever game number 2 was, especially. So Ryu, seeing these Void Rays made, he's making all the queens he needs, or making a couple more. Adepts do shade in, but the Lings were here ready and waiting for them.
Yeah, only 2 workers. Annoying, but nothing major. The Void Rays also didn't manage to enter to do damage because the queens were ready at the natural base. But Shakti is starting to amass those Void Rays, mate. 2 more Void Rays are on the way.
Oh yeah, they are on the way, but here we go. +1 range is being thrown down. Roach Warren as well. Let's keep an eye on these hatcheries, man. We're going to see some more queens on the way. I mean, there are a couple for now, but against 4 Void Rays, like, oh boy. Things can get out of hand quickly. Oh, as the queens are coming out here, pushing away the initial 2 Void Rays. I don't believe Ryu has gone in for a secondary scout. No, he has. He did see both Stargates.
Wait, what? With what? Well, what did he manage to enter with? Don't tell me there was another Zerling.
It's possible, mate. It's possible. I'm not gonna rule that one out, mate. Oh God.
5 Void Rays are on the map. 2 more are on the way, mate. The Shakti is not stopping with them. So,
yeah, exactly. He's like,
focus the hatchery in construction, and wow, that was a premature cancel, mate. I don't know if you noticed. The Void Ray stopped shooting, and then the hatchery was cancelled.
Exactly. Ryu was expecting the Void Rays to commit to that hatchery, so did force a cancel there. Unfortunately, none of the Void Rays were taken out, so nicely done there by Shakti. The other important thing to note, as we do see a scout, is that Shakti is going to be going for disruptors here with his Sky Toss. And oh boy, Ryu does scout it.
Yes. Ryu scouts everything that he needs to know. The 4th base of Shakti is also coming on at the moment. A bunch of Zerglings are coming, but the warriors are ready to defend. And there we go. The first Hydras are coming in for Ryu.
Exactly. He opted to go for Hydras here instead of Corruptors, which again I do like, just because in his previous game against Pacomike on this map, he lacked with his ground army. So now he's gonna have plenty of it here.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Light, but Disruptors are pretty good versus Hydralisk.
They are. Storm is better, but Disruptors are pretty good. Especially because they're not just good against Hydras, but they are better against Queens. Oh boy, so
God. 9 Void Rays, mate. 3 more are on the way. Man, Shakti's crazy, man.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Fleet Beacon is done as well.
Fleet Beacon is done. We do have Mass Void Ray here. Meanwhile, we do have Vipers, and this is the downside of Disruptors, right? This is where High Templar excel. High Templar, they don't just deal with Hydras, they also feed back the Vipers. Meanwhile, Disruptors can't really do anything against the Vipers. Ryu, he's going to be looking to yoink them as soon as possible. Oh.
But the Hydras loses 1 Void Ray. Finally, the first Void Ray of the game is going to be killed.
Exactly. Ryu, he's saturated on 4 bases. He's expanding, he's taking his 5th. Not just taking a 5th, but also taking the Rich Vespine gas as well. The Hive is done. Vipers are coming out, sucking on these buildings. Ryu is getting the perfect army for this. The one thing that you could argue that he's lacking is maybe some lurkers as well, for just the full-on Hydra lurker Viper. But yeah, so far he's doing well. He's doing well, but he also has to be careful not to tunnel vision too much here.
Yeah, carriers now coming in for Shakti. Shakti Golden Armada is starting to complete 154 supply for him. And yeah, what I was gonna say. Okay, one big difference between the previous 2 games and this one is that unlike the previous 2 games, Ryu has yet to suffer any real economic damage. So his drone saturation is very healthy. He has not had to remake them or anything.
Yeah, that's why.
And it shows, mate, he's going to be more ready than ever to deal with this.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, at the same time, the Hydras and the Vipers actually push out across the map. All of the Disruptors go down. The majority of them get yoinked, and boom, another yoink. The carrier goes down as well. At the same time, the Void Rays do wreak havoc, and they are going to get the Hive.
Is the Hive on the 3rd? We don't know, but it is going to go down, mate. The Queens are right, but they do not manage to transfuse in time. 1 base for 1 base, but I think this base was more important for Shakti than for Ryu.
Well, the problem is that this wasn't just the base, mate. He reset the Disruptor count, and he's resetting the carrier count as well. There are only Void Rays left here for Shakti, and that's not good enough.
Yeah, it's not good enough, mate. The base is going down. How many carriers did he lose? Let's see. He lost 2 carriers, 5 Disruptors, mate. And now he's starting to lose Void Rays.
Yeah, exactly. We have 1 Disruptor left here. Thankfully for Shakti, there is no Viper. Does get a shot off, but is it going to be enough? I don't think so, mate. The Hydras are coming on forward. The Queens are coming as well. And you know what? The Vipers, they have that energy.
Yeah, this game didn't go definitely the way Shakti wanted, mate. The carrier got sniped, and nice Disruptor shot, mate. But it's not going to be enough. There's more than enough Hydras still left.
Oh yeah, more yoinks come in. GG gets called, and Ryu finally puts a point on the board. And that's what I mean. Like, so there were a couple of things that you were touching on that kind of led to the downfall of Shakti in that game. Obviously, when you commit to Skytoss like this, you're correct. Your harassment isn't really there. Ryu did sustain some economic damage, if you recall. Like, the 4th base was cancelled. Like, you can do that with Void Rays, but again, you're not really in the mineral line with a lot of gateway units. And that's why, again, like, coming into Romanticide up against Skytoss, like, Ryu is so much more comfortable against that, as we saw. And yeah, this isn't going to be a one-sided series, mate. You have a 2-1.
Okay. I see what I got wrong. Okay, so the loser of this is not gonna go against. Okay. There you go. I think I know where I go wrong. I said earlier today that the loser of this is going to go versus the Settler. No. The Settler is gonna go against the winner of Terran versus Pacomike, mate. The loser of this, mate, is gonna play the winner of Chaos Fate versus Sinner.
Oh yeah.
Which is even more spicy, I think.
It is.
And by the way, we just got the result of that match.
Mm-hmm. We did.
Chaos
we
Fate
did.
Just beat Sinner 2-1.
Yeah, unfortunately, Sinner has been knocked out of the tournament. Chaos Fate does move on forward. As you were saying, he is going to be facing the loser of this series. But again, touching on this series, now we are getting into game number 4. Ryu puts a point on the board, and now we are going into game 4.
Oh no, like I also have the result for the other matchup in the lower bracket.
Oh, the Zerglord versus Terran.
Terran versus Paco Mike.
Yes.
Terran versus Paco Mike. So I'm sorry, Fernantok, but Paco Mike is out. Terran won his match 2-0.
Oh god, feels bad, man. Paco Mike does go down, unfortunately. You know, maybe he was hoping that Terran would not show up and he would get the walkover. But Terran is a terrifying opponent, and honestly, it's a shame that happened because, again, mate, Terran versus Shakti should have happened, right? Like, everything would have been different if he showed up.
Yes, everything would have been different, but here we are, game number 4 of our PvZ series, and spawning here, the C in PvZ. This is Ryu.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Blackburn LE, we have the Brazilian Protoss player. He is blue, representing Eximius Gaming, still up 2-1 in this best of 5 series. Just needs one more to advance on to the group stage of DreamHack Fall. It is Shakti.
Right side light. We have one Brazilian player already set up for the next round, mate. Because Terran versus Zerglord, Brazil versus Brazil.
This is true. I hope Cosmos is happy because we do have at least one confirmed player through to the next round. I'm sure he's very giddy. I'm honestly a little bit surprised that he's still casting this series. I mean, you know, he's committed, right? He did start with it. But I hope someone is covering the Zerglord versus Terran. I know we have a lot of casters in our lobby. But yeah, we are getting here into game number 4, and we are going to be on Blackburn. Again, because it's a best of 5, the players only got one veto each. I do have to wonder what Shakti... I guess Shakti, it makes sense for him to veto Beckett Industries just because it is a PvZ. But when it comes to Ryu...
Beckett, probably, what, Jagannatha?
I was about to say that Ryu did let Paco Mike play on Jagannatha earlier in the best of 3, so yeah, I have to wonder what he ended up vetoing for himself. Maybe Oxide. Hard to say. But yeah, we are here. We are getting into game number 2, and mate, Darking, I'm so sorry that your Mexicans have fallen. Oh god.
It's okay, mate. It's okay. I'm gonna just be happy that we have Juanito over there. So
it's true. Juanito is there.
Plus, mate, you say that the Mexicans are falling, mate. Chama already had a dance.
Mate, he's a Korean now. What are you on about? What are you on
about? Are you telling me that Ryu is Italian?
Oh god, there you go, mate. We gotta put our Peruvian faith in Chaos Fate. Let's go.
But yeah, Shakti now, game number 4. Mate, this is a repeat of game number 1. He went for Toilet Console first into Robo.
Yes, it is. And I mean, this makes a lot of sense, right? We are on Blackburn, on a map like this. Just like Lightshade, the Russia's supply ground is incredibly short, so going for Glavedevs makes a lot of sense. We'll see how many gateways get thrown down. Again, in game number 1, it was only 4 gateways, so it wasn't very committed. We'll see if he commits, or if he goes with those 4 gates again, or throws down more.
Yeah, we'll see, mate. We'll see. It was only 4 gates, mate, but they did the damage that they needed to do and more.
Exactly.
so far we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, only four gates so far. The Overlord is coming in. He's gonna scout the main base of Shakti once again. Ryu on point with his scouts. Like Ryu, please tell me how to scout like you.
Oh god, he is
Step
on
1,
point.
Berserk.
He sees what he needs to. Meanwhile, the Adepts are coming across the map. War Prism is already done. Roaches are coming out. Oh, we don't have... Okay, there we go. Thankfully, he's connecting his bases here with his creep. Does have his queens. Doesn't have a lot of lings, though. They're still on the way.
Blade has finished mate. Unlike the previous game mate, Ryu is very low on workers. I believe when game number 1 happened, Ryu was in 40 something. Now he's in 37. So this is a lot more faster than was in game number 1. And because of that, mate, there are a few roaches and there are no Ravagers yet.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? He does fully wall off here. The Adepts, they do not gain access to the natural or the third base. They are stuck here at the third, at least until the War Prism does something about that.
Yes, and behind this, the first Immortal starting for Shakti. So Shakti is gonna finish this with Adepts, yes or yes. And there we go. He's chasing to the third base and immediately going for the drones. 4 drones falls, 5 drones.
Oh god, at the same time the War Prism does get into the main base, but the Lings were ready and waiting, so they are ready for the Adepts. They do immediately pounce on them. We still have a massive warp in though, and the Queens were not here.
Yes, only one Queen, not enough to stop this War Prism mate, and all these Earlings go down. The Queens are going to follow very soon, very shortly.
Yeah, exactly. The first Queen falls, the second Queen will as well. They do commit to shade into the natural base.
Yeah, not sure if that shading was the best, but here we go, mate. 7 drones are falling and more are coming in.
Yeah, exactly. The roaches, oh, they're getting stuck on each other, but there are enough roaches to deal with these Adepts. Unfortunately, the War Prism is still here. They're still uncontested. Warps in again.
Meanwhile, wait, the third base is still on the siege by the Adepts. 14 workers killing total, mate. 34 workers for Ryu, 41 for Shakti. Oof. Again, this is not going Ryu's way.
Yeah, exactly. The boys, they're still here at the natural, but again, they're barely mining here as 19 went down. The third base is close to going down as well, and eventually Ryu will push this away, but he sustained a lot of losses. Meanwhile, the War
Prism coming in. No Queens again in the main base to defend. Only a few roaches. 2 more drones go down, and the third base is also under attack, mate.
Oh my god.
Oh no, the drones coming back at the wrong time.
Yeah, they do come back at the wrong time. Can the Adepts, can they clear this up? Oh god, 7 more drones go down. Essentially every drone here at the third.
Mate, Ryu, 10 drones behind, mate, and all the larvae that he needs to make into drones, it is not army that he can use later on.
Yeah, that it is. And meanwhile, we do have an army here, but drones continue to fall. Again, there's nothing to really stop the War Prism. There is only 2 Queens here. Finally, they show up here in time, but one of them almost falls. There we go. We see a transfuse. And after all said and done, Ryu is attempting to drone back up. Honestly, he has almost caught up in that worker count. But something that you pointed out earlier, which was very important, is that Shakti very early on started that immortal production.
Yeah, mate. 4 immortals plus a lot of adepts, plus there's more gateways on the way, 4 more gateways on the way, and the War Prisms are alive. This is going to be a big punch for Shakti in the next couple of minutes, and we go. The army is moving out.
Oh yeah, this is a game-winning move right here. Like 4 immortals are insane.
5.
Ryu, 5 even. Like Ryu was struggling to deal with just the gateway units, and now with all these immortals, like oh god, without a good amount of lings, you can't really fight against this. And oh god, the Protoss is coming.
Oh no, mate, Ryu supply block.
Oh my god, Ryu is a bit supply block there. Gonna lose another Overlord.
There we go, the Adepts coming in. Oh, nice shade, all surrounding the roaches, and GG, mate, and Shakti qualifies for DreamHack Latin America.
Oh, GG, he does it. Congratulations, Shakti. Ooh, after a rough DreamHack Summer here in DreamHack Full. He does take down his opponent. He does qualify. And it's our first Protoss through the closed qualifiers. Our only Protoss, actually. GG, and with that Ryu, oh, I love this. We have our old rivalry mate. Ryu is going up against Chaos Fate.